Okay, let's explain a little bit, or best I can anyway, with the newest parts of that song. So the next new section we looked at, it's pretty much based in E minor, key V minor, because the root notes of the chords are E, F sharp, D, and A. Or sorry, E, F sharp, G, D, and so those root notes are all in E minor. Technically, F sharp 5 is not in the key V minor because an F sharp 5 has a C note, and there is no C in the key V minor. It's C, but it still works as a riff. D minor is not in the key of E minor. D major is, but it doesn't sound as menacing as that because it's steps out of key just a little bit. It gives a really nasty sound to it. And then that A sharp chord, also not in key. So really it's just a matter of just learn that riff. And then maybe it'll inspire something of your own. The next part's really just the same thing. That part right there. All right, so next we got, well, this part not quite at the harmony yet. So this is where it sounded like it was, or one way to describe it's going between E harmonic minor and E Locrian. I got scale stuff, like images ready to go. But for right now, let's just look at that. So yeah, we got the E harmonic minor. So note-wise, you got your E, octave of the E, D sharp, and C. So those notes are very E harmonic minor. And then this E Locrian, is that B flat note in there. That is characteristic of E Locrian, the E and the B flat, because it's basically that chord right there. That's a flat 5 interval going from E to B flat. So this was a perfect fifth. Your standard E5 chord, and you flat that 5, you have a diminished sound. So that's why I labeled that E Locrian. So even with just those two notes, that's all you need for it to sound Locrian. So yeah, it goes between harmonic minor and E Locrian. I'm not playing it how it's written there. I'm just hitting the notes so we can hear them. And then a little bit of harmony coming in. It's not constant harmony because it starts off or continues the same notes again, both guitars. This time it goes down to a B note instead of a C. So over here, oops, we got the wrong thing showing. There we go, okay. So one guitar, you see the top one is hitting that C note here. The other guitar is hitting the G note to harmonize it as a fifth. It's really just like playing a C5 power chord. One guy's playing the root note, the other guy's playing the fifth interval. So you could play it by yourself, just hitting those two notes together at the same time. The other thing is, just noticed that the other guitar player does hit this note, which is an F sharp. So it's kind of like hitting this bit of a diminished flavor to that harmony. So if I played both of those together, you'd have like that sound right there. That's cut off a little bit, isn't it? Man. Come on now. There we go. So just that second bar there. So that's what's happening at that part. That's still all harmonic minor. All those notes. All of that fits in E harmonic minor. And after that, both guitars are playing the same notes, but what changes is one guitar does a high or an octave. So we got yeah. So yeah, one guitar does the low octave. And then only for that part does the octave happen. So yeah, it's just an octave happening right there. Oh, and there is a harmony down here. I missed that. Right there, we have a B note. So he's doing a harmony in not a B note. That's an F sharp. F sharp. There. So yeah, right here, it's basically getting a B5 power chord harmony happening. That's what we got going for the whole last portion of this. So yeah, just learning that stuff would be good. Just be able to play on with those little riffs of the song. But there is the main lesson, the main thing to do. Wait, I gotta pull this up first. Display, capture, left. All right, so what I got here is your basic E minor scale. You've learned this one before. And then you got just the bottom three strings. More notes in E minor just laid out, so you can riff around in any of that stuff. And then changes to E harmonic minor. So basically the D becomes D sharp. So E minor, you see we got E, F sharp, G, A, B, C, D, and E. E again. Harmonic minor, we take the D and turn it into D sharp. And then E harmonic minor to E Locrian, like it goes in that one portion of the song. But here we see we got F natural now instead of F sharp. And we have B flat instead of B. So, good idea to riff, to a drum track, just riff around in the three different modes. That'd be a good idea. Hold on. Well, that needs to change. Yeah, so Aeolian, E Aeolian, or the Aeolian mode is the same thing as your natural minor scale, or just minor scale. So I go between those three, like the image I just had up there, minor, harmonic minor, and the new mode, Locrian. Hang on, Can't really see everything. So between all three, once again. So yeah, learn what's on the screen, play along to it, make a video demonstrating it. So real slow, we got here. Basically, you have this, like the main riff being established, and then when the mode changes, we're only changing like the one or two notes that need to be changed to get that new mode sound. So all the low E's, the open E's are palm muted. So right there, you got a pick, pull off, slide. Pick, pull, slide. Pick, pull, slide. Pick, pull off to the open A. Put the G note down here. Change the harmonic minor, all the D's become D sharp. Then E Locrian, got F natural and B flat now. It repeats. So set this to whatever tempo you need it to be. Right now it's set at 120, but you can do it faster, you can do it slower. Set it to whatever tempo you need it to be. Here we go. There we go. All right, any questions come up, let me know. I'll see you again next week.